Assalamualaikum guys, David Benavidez is finally fighting Gilberto Zuto Ramirez and I am so excited for this fight, bro, because this is an absolute top level high stakes matchup. Because obviously we know we have on one side David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, right, the baddest man in boxing right now arguably, while on the other hand we have the much bigger, more, a very scary, intimidating, someone who has a lot of knockouts, a lot of bodies in his record, Gilberto Zuto Ramirez. And this is an amazing matchup. And even though I get it, like a lot of you guys and I was kind of like this in the beginning, after he announced Zurdo to be his next opponent, a lot of us was very disappointed because we expected someone like Bivol, Beterbiev, some of those guys, some high level, some top level big name guys in the light heavyweight division. But unfortunately they ducked him. He said that he he was calling out Canelo Sass for like the past 3 or 4 years, but obviously Canelo ducked him. Yeah, we know that. And it was, I'm kind of surprised that Dimitri Bivol actually did avoid him, but still, it is what it is. Like I'm pretty glad that someone like Zurdo, someone as dangerous as Zurdo, actually accepted the fight. And obviously Anthony Yard, we know that he was basically a lamb to be slaughtered in the ring for the Night of Champions event. So even though that was an entertaining fight, we knew the outcome beforehand. And in this fight, it's kind of interesting, to be honest. But I'm obviously picking Benavidez by knockout. Actually, no, not Benavidez. I'm picking Benavidez by decision because as far as I have seen this guy Gilberto Ramirez, right, he's actually a very durable fighter. And the thing is, his footwork, if you haven't seen it, at least watch a few of his highlights like beforehand, because he's a very complete fighter. Like he has good boxing, he has good stance switching, he has good footwork. He's the full package, you could say. And this is the type of fighters who David Benavidez has previously struggled with a lot. And he's not just a one-dimensional fighter for for example, someone like Anthony Yard, who we know that he possessed a lot of power. Yes, also Caleb Plant, for example, they possessed a lot of power. Yes, but in the top level, against someone as fearless as David Benavidez, right? Someone who can stand and bang with you, someone who isn't afraid to trade with you at all. It's just very difficult for them to use their abilities to the fullest. So that's why that's where Zurdo comes in, because he isn't like those guys. He isn't a one-rounded fighter. The way I see it, if David Benavidez manages to beat Zurdo, I pick him over Dimitri Bivol, over Beterbiev, because you have to realize that this is a much bigger guy he's going against. And if he can pass a challenge this hard, he's the power bound best in it. Like honestly, he's really underrated, David Benavidez. And and when you consider that he's only 28 or 29 years old, it's insane like what this guy has achieved in such a short amount of time, because he is the most avoided and scariest guy on the planet for a good reason. I'm telling you, for a good reason. And I know that Turkey has been saying recently that there's still a possibility for Canelo versus Benavidez. And honestly, if anyone can make it happen, we know it's Turkey. But I still don't believe in it, like genuinely. Like I don't think, especially if he puts out Gilbert like he did to Anthony Yard, right? I'm pretty sure that Canelo wants no part in it. Doesn't matter how much money you give him, because Terence Crawford, he accepted the Crawford fight at Canelo, but Crawford, physically he was a bit smaller than Canelo, and obviously he competed at the lighter weight divisions for most of his career, Crawford. But Crawford beat down on Canelo technically, using footwork, using agility, using speed, everything that is required to beat Canelo. Canelo's weakness basically. But David Benavidez, no, he'll get up on Canelo's face. He will beat Canelo down in Canelo's own world, like in the way in which Canelo usually fights. That and that's what makes it most interesting. And I really want to see that fight, Canelo versus Benavidez. Though at this point, the outcome is pretty one-sided. Let's just say, like as far as the prediction and the analysis go, because David Benavidez, while he's getting sharper and sharper and better, facing more and more difficult opponents, Canelo, he's just been sitting on his ass at this point. Like ever since September last year, against in the big fight against Crawford, he's just been hype and nothing else. And quite frankly, I'm a bit tired of these guys, Canelo, Bivol, better BF to some degree. I'm very tired of these guys, for being so inactive, not announcing fights. I mean, I know Bivol has a fight, but they're avoiding the top contender. Clearly, we all know that Bivol's about to beat the shit out of this guy, whoever is fighting. Anyways, that's my take on this, guys. Super excited for this. You guys, inshallah, see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.